So, Superman and Lois returned after a brief little hiatus, a mid-season break or whatever you call it, and continuing right along with their small-town soap opera. So Kyle's affair is revealed to Lana and their daughter Sarah. And Sarah has a panic attack over it right in the middle of, I can't, was it the prom? Something. Anyway, a big dance that they had. And then they had a daughter-father dance thing, and she'd already found out. And Jordan heard this too. And, oh boy, everything goes to hell, you know. So this will make Sarah question, is love real, you know? Yeah, that's too bad. Well, what are you going to do, you know? So that's there, and, well, we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, the good stuff. So now Jordan also knows that Jonathan suddenly has superpowers. While Grandpa was training him, Jonathan said, hey, maybe we should duke it out so he can learn how to fight and stuff. And then he manages to slam him pretty hard, and he realizes, hey, something's up. And then his eyes glow later on. So Jordan's like, holy crap, your powers have manifested. Let's go tell Mom and Dad. He said, whoa. No, not just yet. Dad'll kick me off the team if he knows I have powers. Oh, yeah. Well, all right. We got to tell him eventually, you know, and all this stuff. Of course, he doesn't tell Jordan that the reason his powers have suddenly manifested is because he's taking kryptonite mist or kryptonite K or whatever what do they call it? Anyway, the inhaler drug. He's vaping on gold K or amber K, I guess, whatever it is. Yeah, gold K would take your powers away, but maybe it wouldn't have the opposite effect on him. I don't know. But anyway, of course, his Kryptonian DNA is in there, and so one could argue that it has now activated it because of the drug. So more than likely, this won't be permanent. But then again, maybe it would be. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. So that sort of thing is developing. But meanwhile, Bizarro. Gee, what's that story all about? Well, in the comics, of course, Bizarro was a clone of Superman created by Lex Luthor. But this is a very different Bizarro. Of course he is. And so we get a little background on well, is it really the evil Elizabeth Warren? Or just Elizabeth Warren? This lady who's the leader of this weird cult that lured Lois's sister away. And, well, she's got this little necklace thingy around her, and we get a little backstory on that this thing has been in her family, and it was passed to her by her father, and apparently somehow, some way, it destroyed him. And some guardian was trying to convince her not to take it, but she took it, and so now she's become the leader of this cult. Well, it has some connection to another parallel dimension, the Shadow World, where everything's the opposite. So there's the opposite of all of them. So Lois is, well, I keep forgetting her name, but she's the editor-in-chief of the Smallville newspaper, you know. And crazy cult lady drugs her and uses the necklace or pendant or whatever it is, the amulet, to have her see the other world. And so she does. And so there's the connection. And so the Bizarro Superman is trying to destroy the cult leader because he says she's destroying his world. But it's probably her darker self from the other world, but she somehow made contact with it and thinks it's going to lead to some great wonder or whatever. And that apparently was the pursuit that her whole family did. However, the thing around her neck, I think, is the same thing that the Bizarro Superman had earlier on. So, well, no surprise there. It's all very much connected. And so Superman has quite the slugfest with the guy, and he's no longer having the bizarre migraines in his presence. And they display a lot of his powers. It's the opposite of Superman. So his eyes don't shoot heat vision. It shoots freeze vision. And he doesn't have super cool breath. He has super hot breath. So he breathes fire. It was pretty cool looking. The mystery deepens as to what the whole story is, but that's how they're doing it. So this Bizarro is very different from the comics, except that he's, supposed to be the opposite of Superman in powers and whatnot, and doesn't know how to spell an S. But once he manages to overpower him with the XK, X Kryptonite, they called it. That's right. I remember when I first saw it, I thought, oh, it's gold kryptonite. They're going to take Superman's powers away. But no, it's this other kind. That was that whole story with Morgan Edge and all that. But he grabs some of it and beats the crap out of Bizarro with it, and it finally knocks him out. So the XK has an effect on him, and he imprisons him in the Fortress of Solitude. And the digital ghost of Superman's mother investigates this to figure out who he is and all that. So that's how they do that. So there we are. But there's a really shocking scene where he murdered this woman at the drill site. You know, what's her name? Who's like the boss lady of it, and was looking to unlock and find this Bizarro guy, which. Either the Bizarro guy came from the Shadow World out of the Earth, or he had already done that and they'd buried him there. I don't know. I guess we'll get to the bottom of all that eventually. Deep bottom of the world. But anyway, she's dead. Bizarro Superman killed her. And boy, Lois walks in on the scene and sees her, and her head was twisted backwards. I didn't expect to see that, but well, that's what he did. So maybe he is trying to save his shadow world, but he's not a good guy. So there we are. It works as a soap opera, you know, and you've got those elements in it, but somehow they've managed to hit their runtime just about right to where it doesn't get you to where, oh God, my eyes are rolling and I'm yawning and I'm tired of this stuff. I don't care. There's just enough in there, which they could do more if they, you know, they had the money, but they really don't. But what they do it comes off pretty good. So the show has maintained its levels of excellence, which looks like excellence in our current era, to be fair, because of just all the other shows just committing suicide. But it's, you know, I'll take it, you know. So moving right along, this was a good show as well. So we'll see how long this can last before they ruin it. Or maybe they won't. I don't know. But there it is. So so far so good with Superman in this episode titled Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon. Yeah, because, you know, it was all about the heartbreak for poor Sarah. And now she's going to act out and take it out on Jordan. They'll split up. She'll be a lesbian, and then suddenly he'll discover his homosexual leanings. There you go. That's where we're going. Yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, there we are. Again, Superman and Lois basically maintaining the ship so far.